Testing. Okay, there we go. Alright, so we started a bit late. We're going to try to build a thing. Alright, so actually, let me see if this thing is working. I need to check first if it's working. No. Okay. Actually, let me see this. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Anyway, today we're building this thing. We started a bit late. Yeah, we're gonna build the real grade Gundam Astray red frame Lowe's Gueles? I forget. Basically it's from Seed. It's like most of the mobile suits from Seeds are kind of, well, they have lots of wings when you think about it. Shouldn't call it Gundam Seed, Gundam Wing, is of all the wings. Like most of the mobile suits have lots of like extra wings. This one has no wings at all. It's the least winged Gundam of the thing. If I remember stories, it's like from the country where, like basically Switzerland's? No, basically no. It's like neutral country, and they basically made this mobile suit as a form of defense, although I've never actually seen it fighting in Seed. It's not really like in other media. But yeah, this is a real grade kit. The box is kind of small, like not very deep, kind of shallow for a real grade. It's number 19. It's from 2015, so we're still not at 2016 where they started like adding English to the instructions, so we're getting there. I'm trying to build my real grade kits in the same order, basically at the same number. I think I may have skipped a few every here and there. But yeah, so number 19, it looks, I don't know, like, yeah, the thing on the box here, you can at least see the inner frame. It's like red and white. It looks kind of, well, it looks a little less impressive than your usual real grade inner frame when it's red and white like this. Not sure why. It comes with a katana, with like a nice little tang here, which when you think about it, this thing is like the size of with the human. For comparison, like this thing is ginormous. Why do all this ornate decoration? Even like it seems like on the tang here, there's some engraving in Japanese. Yeah, it's a weird thing. Anyway, we're gonna build this thing today. Real grade Astray wood frame. Apparently the I should just get this open. And throw that over here. Oops. There's another real grade kit here. Let me just put that away somewhere safe. The leg broke off of this one at some point. I fixed it. I probably need to glue the nose on just to make sure it doesn't pop. Yeah, let's open this thing. Huh. Well then. That doesn't seem like a lot of... What the heck? I've seen... That's it? Yeah, that's not a lot of... Yeah, that's definitely... So we have an inner frame here, red and white. And... Okay. That's not a lot of runners for well, again, this thing doesn't have, like, usually real grade kits, I mean the ones usually get are or have like the panel out.
From YouTube, Hattori Hanzo said, "While there's image on the inner box."
Oh, yeah. This is real grade, so it's fancier. Like the, you do get like some extra stuff on the inner box and extra information here. I need to get a master grade. I have the perfect grade of this. I haven't built yet, but I need to get the, well, I do have them. I need to get the master grade. A master grade. There's like multiple variations of this thing. There's a guy called Meijin Kawaguchi. Oh, Kawaguchi? Yeah, Kawaguchi. I'm just getting all the parts out. Just give me a second here. There's not a lot of runners. The very few, like this isn't some crappy looking gold here. Not terribly, you know, it's kind of awful. Yeah, the gold here is kind of shitty looking coating here. I keep forgetting I need to change the voice on this guy. There you go. Yeah. There's not a lot of runners. Oh, and okay, this fell off. This is why you need to inspect your runners before you build. This fell off, I don't know from where. It looks like the handle for something, but it fell off of... Oh, there you go. Oh, wait a minute, there's two of them missing. There's 2 missing. I only found 1. Okay, let's put that over here. Alright, I should have. I'm doing this out of order, I feel. Okay, it does not look like... Oh, there you go. There you go. We found the 2 parts that fell off the runner here. So put that over here. So even the instructions are kind of thin. Real grade will give you a booklet where you have like staples. You know you're getting like luxurious things when you have staples in the booklet here, or if you get a booklet. Yeah, so compared to like other real grade, this thing I think has fewer parts. There's probably something terrible out of the inner frame too, because it is an Astray, and Astray is supposed to be like have very human-like movements, very wide range of motion. Oh, I guess we do use all of them. Okay. Yeah, you need to inspect your instructions and your whatchamacallits. Oh, that's why it was so loud. Okay. Right, so yeah, instructions, just it's the usual fare. At least for real grade. At least this is from 2015, so we don't yet have English included in the instructions. Just, well, there's some English, but most of it is Japanese. Gebera straight. What is that? Does it move? No clue. I should have researched the Astray before building this. It's apparently, yeah, Meijin Kawaguchi I was talking about. It's his favorite mobile suit to build. If you don't know who Meijin Kawaguchi is, well, if you ever watch Gundam Build Fighters, the Char character, basically the guy who goes around wearing some kind of face mask, the guy who plays the antagonist, essentially, is Meijin Kawaguchi, who is a real-life person, who's a master gunpla builder in Japan, and yeah, apparently the Astray is his favorite thing to build. Random trivia there. Yeah, very short instructions, not a lot. I think like this might be, I don't know. This is definitely going to be a multi-part build. I mean, real grades usually are like 2 parts, but this is like very little. Like I've seen, there's high grade kits with more instructions than this. In the back here, as usual, you get your guide for like your stickers. You do get stickers? Or stickers? Ah yes, you do get stickers. The usual thin stickers you get from real grades. You'd think that for the quality they advertise, you would get like a sheet of water slide decals, but no. They sell the water slide decals separately. This is a nice interesting thing here. There's like 2, like the stickers are printed, but it's like you have some metallic stickers with like...
From YouTube, Hattori Hanzo said the guy who plays Shank's voice in One Piece.
Meijin Kawaguchi? Or Char. Char isn't... Wait. That would be interesting if Shanks was played by the guy who plays the voice of... I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Some nice, like, shiny stickers here. So you've got your nicely detailed, usual, real grade style. Kind of a small sheet. Everything about this thing is kit is kind of, like, reduced. Red and white in a frame here, you still have...
From YouTube, Hattori Hanzo said, I don't know lol.
Okay. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, we still get articulated fingers. Real great. Like, this is not yet the point at which they start no longer giving you articulated fingers for our real great kits. We still get these here. So I don't know if we get. Doesn't seem like we get. Let's make sure we're not missing anything. Gonna quick check. Although, looking at this here, I would probably have missed this if I hadn't noticed the parts had fallen off in the bag. So, yeah. You don't always notice this thing, so I'm just gonna quickly go through it. Yeah, again, very few runners for real grade. I feel like this is a real grade Char Zaku, definitely had more. I feel like this one had more parts than the one we're building here. It was a bit naked. What the hell? Okay, never mind that. It'll make sense someday. This comment. I'm trying to open these bags. Do a quick check again, just kind of see if we're missing anything, because it happens very, very rarely, but sometimes it happens that kind of a part falls off at the factory and they put it in the bag and you're missing a part. Okay, so we do get fixed posed hands here. 1, 2, wait, do we have, that's all? Where's more? Nope, that's it. So we get 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4 hands. We do not get like dual, like symmetrical. Well, kind of we do get here some symmetrical stuff, but like it seemed like we get a single left hand and not dual left hand here. Again, checking, make sure we get all the parts. This seems to be weapons. Oh, it does come with a rifle. Not just a sword, but also a rifle. So we get some weapons here. Alright, and the blade. Which is a... Oh wait, there's more.
From YouTube, Hattori Hanzo said lesser is better for early real grade, I guess. The RG Char Zaku parts keep falling apart was giving me PTSD.
It's alright. I mean, I built this like 10 years ago. Over 10 years ago. I feel almost 10 years ago. It's been doing okay. I like use it for as like a standard prop in a lot of... I guess it depends on how you build it. I still need to glue the parts on here. Like this one, the nose falls off every now and then. But it's pretty solid. At least for me it has been. Oh, although yeah, the leg kind of broke off the other day, but I fixed it. Should have made a video on how I fixed it. Oh, there you go. Talking about it's falling off, but like yeah, if you're moving parts a lot, like they will fall off. Yeah. I think the leg broke off here, but I kind of fixed it already. I mean, it's over 10 years old, so, and it's been played with a lot. So anyway, yeah. So let's make sure we're not missing. Okay, so we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hands, 7, 8, 8 hands. Or at least it claims to have 8 hands because we have 8 backs of the hands here. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, but there are very few runners. Like, yeah, I've seen high grade kits with more runners than this. So we'll see how it goes. and very small instructions. Anyway, so let's get to building this thing. And it goes look that we use, there's no X on anything, so there's no like extra parts here, so we're going to be using all of it. We actually start with the leg unit. Alright, so let's get to, oh, I forgot to turn on this thing. So this is the 1144 RG. Leg unit. 01-1. Oh, I forgot to show it. There we go. So in the corner you can see the part that we're building. At least I'll try to keep track of it. To some extent I might end up forgetting. But yeah. Let's get our tools. I should probably zoom in a little bit. Calibrate this a little bit so there's the focus. There we go. Alright, for building 10-1, right leg. I might build both legs at the same time. Yeah, I might build wait a minute, what is it? 2 touchdowns. Oh, wait, shit. Huh? Oh, the piece is stuck there? Oh, there we go, it starts here. Alright, so left leg starts, right leg started, left leg started, okay. Alright, so let's get this. We start with runner B. We take B. I'm doing this with like little to no preparation. So it's kind of a bit all over the place, as usual. So get the thing off of this. These are like two plastics, different plastic kind of melted onto the same runner. They don't mix, so that's why you can like mold these in place joints. It's the same technique that was used like decades earlier in early perfect grades. In the original perfect grade, you'll see this technique done for the fingers, the fully articulated fingers. So it's not new or revolutionary. Then again, this kit is like 10 years old. This is technology from 10 years ago. And I think the earlier real grade is like from 10 years prior. So we've had like real grades for like quite a while here. When you think about it, we haven't. I guess there hasn't really been like any kind of groundbreaking thing. What the? What is still? Okay, one of these. Oh, there we go. This is, yeah, we take B2, that's for the right leg. Once you get it out, make sure to not, okay, does this break off? What the hell? Oh no, this doesn't break off. This is part of the thing. Just make sure you don't trim something that's not meant to be trimmed. Because there's some confusing bits. Like, oh, is this part of a runner or is this, what is this? And you can't always like reach with the nippers on this thing, so you may have to come in with a blade and kind of clean off the bits that you cannot reach. using a file here to clean out those last few nubs. Real grades are kind of sensitive to, because all the parts kind of fit very, very tightly together. They're more sensitive to leftover nubs. Are those even nubs, or am I imagining things here? Okay, so you be there. Okay, those aren't nubs. Or are they? What the heck? Oh. Yeah, I need to like double check. Because some of these aren't nubs. Like there's like a little dimple here. This is not a nub. This is actual part of the detail. But there are like little leftover nubs elsewhere. So you're gonna have to verify. I've made this mistake the other day. I think with the last build. Well, I thought that was a nub, but it was actually a part of a detail. So we're getting the same thing here. The toe is already bending. I have to like line it up again, just figure like where the nubs I need to remove. Okay, there's one here, there's one there. One there. Okay. It is a bit confusing. Still on. Well, I'm gonna do both legs at the same time, even though it's probably gonna be a bad idea. Okay, let's make sure to, just so I know what is a nub, just get the whole, that little thing here, extra thing, so we know this is definitely a nub. When you nip these off, let's get all the extra bit here. Like the whole thing, if it's gonna come off. This is like softer. The plastic here is kind of soft. It's a little bit rubbery, so the cut is a bit more. Okay, you can kind of. What is this? One of them's has like a little string attached here. A slither. There we go. And now, wrong leg. So, slice those off. Carefully, trying not to stab yourself. Unless you like stabbing yourself, in which case don't. Oh, there are nubs on here. On like the inner frame is attached mostly to the white parts, but there are nubs left over on the red parts. This is probably from the factory, like it's like machine cut, not necessarily the most accurate of cuts. These two are actual part of the detail. There's a little bit of a nub here on the red part. Need to keep track of which one is left and right. carefully. Okay, this is left leg, right leg. So hopefully, I'm gonna leave these off the page. This one on the page. That way, although I'll probably end up like confusing both of these. Okay, so now we need D. D19, G18. This is runner A, I'm guessing. Runner A. Runner G1. Yeah, G1 18. Times 2. Well, you know what? This area seems to be pairs of parts, so I'm assuming all of this kind of ends up in there anyway. So I'm gonna get this whole area. Well, this whole. This is G1. There's no G2, is there? Yeah, there's no G2. There's some ABS parts too in there, which is kind of rare for. Okay, this is all the hands and stuff, but okay. It's not even a G2. There's a G1. There's no G2. Am I missing parts? Okay. Let's verify on here. So we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G1. We have a single G1. Oh, there it is, G2. Okay. That's not related at all. Usually, like if a number is 1 and 2, like they have similar layout, just with some extra parts sometimes. This is like nothing like a. This is not related at all. Don't know why they call it G2. Anywho, the naming convention sometimes doesn't make sense. Maybe I should double nip these because they are on kind of weird corners. I can't really tell where. I'm just getting the parts ahead of time. Anyway. Okay, that's not it. Okay, so I don't know if I need this. Oh, of course, I move the page here. Yeah, that's enough of that. I don't know where to put this. I should get, there's people with a fancy racks to hold parts, but I don't have those. You could 3D print one, but I feel like it's a waste of plastic. Okay, D19. D19. You know what? This is DE. They're almost the same color. Very slightly darker, and it can't be tell on camera, but this one's like very slightly darker shade than this one. Which is like not enough of a contrast, I feel. So anyway, what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna do something I'm gonna regret. I'm gonna get all the parts. Or maybe I shouldn't do that. Yeah, maybe let's not do that. I feel like we're gonna regret that a lot more than usual. Because these are a lot of very small parts. Whatever, I'm doing it anyway. That's not gonna stop me. So I'm getting all the parts off, and it is kind of, I'm not sure if my nippers are getting blunt, but it feels a little harder to cut than usual. I mean, they're cutting fine, it's just like it has a weird feel to it. I'm guessing I'm cutting it as intended because oh well. Oops, well, that just flew off. I've had this kit for a very long time, so there's a chance like just from being in the box and moved around a bit, the runners get shaken up and some of the parts just kind of break off on their own, which happens. And these are very small parts, so you need to be careful when you're nipping them that they don't fall and just bounce away somewhere you will never find them again. Oh, now that I think about it, Shank's voice does kind of sound like Char. I don't know why suddenly I reminded of that. A little bit. I need to go double check this. I feel like they do have, now that I think about it, like Char Aznable from the original Mobile Suit Gundam and Shanks, that is a Japanese voice actor, kind of have the same voice. A little bit. Because their personalities are very different. You don't really notice it. That's an interesting observation made by our friend Hattori Hanzo over there.
From YouTube, Hattori Hanzo said, yeah, I check it just now. It's the same guy, lol.
No, wait, he's like very old. No, that's a discovery. I didn't know that at all. That's something I'd never noticed. Like, it can't, I mean, he's still alive.
From YouTube, Hattori Hanzo said, didn't knew he was building Gunpla.
No, Meijin Kawaguchi? That can't be the same. Hold on. I need to Google this. There's Tatsuya Yuki, which is yeah, there's Meijin Kawaguchi, who's just a guy. well, he's an actual person, but I don't think he's a voice actor. Oh god. Shuichi Ikeda. He was in Jukukes? In the final episode? Oops. He was in Jukukes. And oh, yeah, he is the guy who voices Shanks in One Piece. Mr. Ikeda. The voice actor, not Meijin Kawaguchi, was a different guy. Completely. Not related at all. That's the part you're confusing. That has nothing to do. There are people who professionally build plastic model kits, and one of them is got a character in what's it called? Well, the real guy likes Gundam Astrays. That's his favorite. I don't know why. Like I read this random bit of trivia a long time ago after watching Gundam Build Fighters, because there's a guy in there called Meijin Kawaguchi, which is supposed to be a reference to the builder person, and I'm already regretting what I just did because now I can't find the part. I need D19 and I need to look through the pile of parts here. Oh, there it is. I think that's it. Yes, that kind of looks like it. D19, there we go, and G118. Oh, I forgot to turn the lights on, that's why I was looking a bit weird. And let's go down a bit here. There we go, a bit closer. Yeah, that's a bit better, I hope. Let's see how the focus is. Yeah, focus nice. Oops, nothing mixed up over it. Alright, I need to clean up a bit. Okay, so we take B. This thing, we need to turn this 90 degrees gently. Don't force it, you don't want to break it. Get rid of the little nub here on the red part. And get this part, check for nubs. Of course, there's a nasty little nub here on the very small corner. They want you to mess this up. Gently, very slowly remove the nub here. I thought this thing, yeah, this is probably going to be a two-parter, despite not having a large number of parts. I'm probably going to stop at the 3-hour mark and finish this tomorrow. We'll see how far we get. I'm hoping I have built like real grades in a single session before. Usually take like, well, the last one I did that was the Mark II, but that was because I had already built the Mark II. Because there's two variations, the Titans and the AEUG version, but this one just has a very few parts, so I don't know. Okay, so oops, the heel here goes into there, like so, and it doesn't actually clip on there. Well, actually no, we need to put this on first, I feel. Yeah, put this on first. The 19 on the heel here, and this thing afterwards, kind of, yeah, now it fits. So it wouldn't fit without this. Okay, press this in, use a stick to push the parts you cannot reach with your fingers, and now we have a heel. Do the same thing with the other side. Just move that here, and I feel I've missed something. Oh right, we need to clip this. Huh? push. That's it? There's not actually... Oh, wait. What? Nope, that's it. Okay. Just move. Oops. Oh, that made a noise. That needs to move. Yeah. Okay.
From YouTube, Hattori Hanzo said I have a RGMK as well, as I hear it was a nice kit in early real grade.
Oh yeah. It's one of the most solid real grade kits. At least the ones I've built. It's like pretty solid. Okay, this one's confusing me. This seems like it should move, but it's not moving. Wait, it looks like it should bend. I don't want to force this to move. What the? Does this slide or what? Okay, this definitely slides. This slides. This slides. What am I supposed to do with this thing? It says to straighten it out, but I don't want to force it. It looks like it should turn, but okay, let's just leave it for now. I'm not gonna move. It's like it has a weird angle here. It's supposed to be straight down, so you're supposed to like move this, but I don't see this thing moving at all. How the heck am I supposed to? I don't get it. It seems like this is supposed to straighten out. Like, you see how the heel is like at an angle here? It goes here and like that, like this way. It's supposed to be straight. Like straight, like that, but I don't know how this is supposed to move. The instructions are a bit... Oh, what? Does that do anything? I feel like it's moving, but I'm not sure. I'd rather not force it too much. I'm gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave it alone. We'll figure it out later. Let's just assume it's like that. We'll sort it out in a minute. Assuming there's something that helps you move this, we'll see. Because the last thing I want is to break this, like snap this into pieces live. Unless like so. I have no clue. We'll see. Alright, let's do the other part. I want to like break this live. Which has happened. Well, it hasn't happened yet. So let's not make that the first time. I've built like at least a dozen real grade kits so far, and I haven't like destroyed the inner frame just yet while building it. Okay, so get those nubs, very small nubs, still pretty annoying because sometimes they don't want to come out. You put this part, which is D19 or D19 and G118, same as the other leg. And building both legs at the same time, if anybody hasn't been following. So push that in. Okay. That was only the first step. Isn't that nice? 01-2. We take G16, sorry. G116, G115. Actually, I'm G117 as well. So all the G's which seem to be like feet parts, and D118. No, not D118. D18. D18 times 2. Yep. The legs are, no, the feet are symmetrical at least. D18 very slightly file these nubs off here. Okay, those nubs are probably too small to be cleanly removed here. Gonna have to come back with like a very sharp blade and scratch them off very gently. They're too small to be reached by a file. And these that I need to double nip. No. There's dust in here already.
From YouTube, John Ventura said, "Heyo."
Hey John, how you doing? Building an Astray today. Doing a real grade because I'm almost at 700 subscribers, so I figured this might help. Or, well, maybe people won't, assuming people notice. So, how are you doing? Anyway, saw your mail call. It's a lot of Witch of Mercury kit. We have a Discord, by the way, if anybody wants to join. I'm assuming there's, at some point, there's going to be enough people in there for it to be active all the time. Right now, it's kind of... I mean, we have people. A few. Come say hello every now and then. It's not that dead. You could be part of the Ghost Town if you go join it. Wait, do I even need this part? Yeah, I do. Real grades are just a lot of very tiny parts, which is kind of the fun of it. That's the reason you get those. That doesn't stop people from complaining that it's too hard. Like, you don't buy PG Unleashed and then complain that it's not easy enough to build. Okay, what else do we need? G16. First put that into G15. Of course, I forgot some stuff here. Into 15. Let's figure out which way that is turned. Keep dropping the part that way. Wait. Okay. This one goes here. It's a bit loose fitting, and this one goes there. Like so, and like so. Let's clean up these as we go. Then D18 onto this here. Line it up like so, and G17 onto there, Maybe I should put G17 on first and then put the thing on top. I don't think that'll make a difference. There you go. Like it's like this is a very, like it's a very loose. I worry for this. I feel like it's not gonna. Do we have the same problem here? Yeah, we have the same problem here. Very loose feet. So, which means like you're gonna have to try to make it stand, and it will kind of just. Well, we'll see. I feel like it might be okay, but it might also not be okay. Which are really the options here? The only options you have. And there we go. Okay, that's that. So then. Okay, never mind. And then from runners E, let's move that over here. This pile is probably get mixed up anyway, so I guess it's gonna be fine. So let's get all the parts that look like leg parts. Very approximate thing we're doing here. Yeah, that's about right. So we need E1, E2. And I'm guessing E3, yeah, E1, E2, all the same. So the legs are symmetrical to some extent. Well, they're identical, not symmetrical. They follow the same. Well, they're both identical and symmetrical. Well, up to some degree, I guess. At some point, I guess they deviate. They should, I'm assuming. It's not going to be identical all the way through. Well, there might be. And then we need. I mean, I could get the rest. Oh, you know what? Let's get the rest. I haven't learned my lesson with this pile, so I'm going to do the same mistake again. We'll live in exciting times, so why not take some risks? Like you can do stuff like that with high grade, no problem. Real grade is a little more difficult. How many of these are there and why? There's 4 of them. Oh, they're on the sides. I thought these were like shins. They're not shins, they're on the side. There's no undergates, surprisingly. Well, it's not really a real grade thing, at least not the early ones. This is real grade number 19. We're still talking about this as early real grade. You would think like that's kind of a high number to be early. When did it stop become early real grade? Wasn't supposed to happen. Hold apart when you're nipping it to prevent it from moving around. Well, it depends. Like if you have very, very sharp nippers and that could perfectly perpendicular, it's not really an issue. But sometimes if there's nothing holding it apart, it will kind of twist while you cut it, and you end up with like a uneven cut. Alright, that's all the parts on runner E. There's like very few parts. Very, very few parts. This pile of E. Hopefully. They're very slightly different colors. You can't really tell, but this one's like lighter red, this one's darker red. At least someday it'll become visible. It has sneakers. Like the Astray is different though. It doesn't have like a crazy backpack. This is from Seed, but everything has like a giant backpack and a bunch of booster things and whatchamacallits. This one doesn't have any of that. And it's not really a main character, I think. It's like, well, if I remember Gundam Seed, I don't think this thing actually is seen fighting much. But then again, it's been like years since I watched Seed, so I don't know. It is from Seed, right? Not Wings, the gun. Well, I wouldn't say Wings the one with the emo kids, but every single Gundam show has emo kids in it. Well, emo like as in very emotional.
From YouTube, Hattori Hanzo said, starting from Tallgeese, I remember. I heard it. Where things get sturdier.
Oh. Okay, that's like 20 something. Well, okay, that's close. I think that's probably like one of the next real grades I'll build, assuming, well, when I get to building the real grade, which is probably like every 100 subscribers. So if anybody's watching and not subscribed, do subscribe. You don't have to ring the bell or anything. You can ignore, well, you can like mute notifications if you don't like getting notified. I just need to pad the numbers just to, Google will give me some money. You need like 1,000 subscribers to be monetized. The dream is that this channel kind of pays for the model kits that I build, which is probably impossible. Okay, very gently here, just remove this nub. It's just kind of in a weird spot. It's like on top of a ridge, which is it's basically damaging details. But yeah, anyway, if anybody's not subscribed, feel free to, well, do subscribe. And come back if you ever feel like it. No pressure. I need to like get back to building. I used to build one every day, a kit every day, but that ended up being like kind of difficult to sustain. I still haven't made a dent in my backlog. Well, I made a small dent, but not a very big dent. Okay. So then we take E1 and E2, we put that where? There. Okay. There. Right. So it doesn't move. It does not move. Oh, it does. Oh, it does move. It moved. There we go. Now oh, the whole thing moves. Okay, the whole back piece here moves. So assuming it doesn't break anything? Okay, maybe not. I'm not gonna do that. Feels like it's gonna, if I try to force it without putting the thing on, it's gonna break something. So you kinda need this here to kinda hold everything into place. Let me see if it actually does anything. If I put this on there, and then I move it. Nope. Ah, there we go. That moved. So the whole thing moves together. Wait, did I break something? Oh. Oh. You're supposed to separate this little thing? Okay. So yeah, it's better to like just put this on first and then move it, because otherwise you're just it feels like you're gonna break something. This kind of helps hold it together. There we go. That makes it better. Okay. Clean these things as you go along here. Alright. We got left and right legs. I'm always scared about when these things are gonna get loose. And okay, sure. This is the worst combination. like if you're using a file, because the dust from the red parts tend to stain white parts quite easily. So if you're filing red parts and there's dust stuck in there and you start filing white parts, you're going to transfer the red onto the white parts. It's going to stain it a little bit. Anyway, D13 and 12. We're picking up speed. It doesn't look like it, but we're picking up speed. Sort of. I think. Maybe. Perhaps. Okay, these look like the parts we need. Okay, so... Oh, this one's already moving on its own. Nice. Look at that. That's some funky looking... Oh! Oh my. Oops. Oh, okay. Maybe not. Shouldn't have done that. There we go. Let's just put that back where it's supposed to be. To some extent, you need the plastic parts around it to kind of hold it all together. Because if you move just the inner frame on its own, parts that are some of the parts would like move in ways they're not supposed to, because there's nothing preventing them from doing so, like none of the plastic parts. So you run the risk of breaking things, so just don't overdo it. There's a step later on where you have to limber it up, just make it do stretches and lunges, just to unlock the various moving parts. So you don't do that until you finish building.
From Twitch, Lord Bethebelder said kinda.
Like kinda what? Hello, Lord Bob. How you doing? Wait, kinda what part? Okay, so that goes here. Oh wait, doesn't go there. Nope. There we go. Wait, is that even? No. This one? No. Wait, wrong side. Okay. So we do have different sides here, so...
From Twitch, Lord Bethebelder said the shell applies even pressure to the frame. When you move it, without it concentrates the pressure to where you're holding it only.
Yeah, exactly. That's a really good way to put it. Yep, exactly. What he said. 100%. All those words. Those exact words. Okay, this is not fitting in all the way. Do we have anything that's kind of... Oops. Did I move something? Oh, never mind. And the one shorter goes on this side, the longer one goes on the other side. The one without the hole for the... Okay, this isn't... There's kind of a gap. Probably because... real grades tend to be a bit better about this. What the hell? I said that, now I think I messed it up. You see this part here? It's like it's not lining up anymore. There we go. Yeah, I should probably follow my own advice here. And I feel it should be a bit closer, but there's a gap here which I don't quite like. See if we can push it together without crushing anything. Oops, that kind of pinched. I'm getting injured live here. Yeah, probably shouldn't do that again. Let's try it on this one, which I haven't moved. So yeah, don't move the parts until you're sure where they fit. And this thing isn't going in all the way. It's kind of a gap. There's a gap here which I don't like, which is probably here on purpose, but doesn't mean I have to like it. So where does it... That's probably gonna be a mistake, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah, it's supposed to line up here. It's not closing. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is, this is 2 millimeters. Where's the 1.5? So I'm gonna pre-drill this. I don't usually do this on real grades, but it does seem like there's some slight fit issues, which is probably on purpose, so the fit is tighter. Okay, that's a little easier. Yeah, there we go. That slides in a little bit easier. There's like a little, I feel like this peg here is kind of tight on purpose, just so it like holds on tightly. But I'm gonna glue these armor pieces together at some point, like the pieces that don't move, the shell pieces here, which apply pressure as a little bump with it. Okay, so I've already lost track of which one is left leg, which one is right leg. And that was 02-2, 01-2, now we move on to 01-3. It's been like an hour, we're still on the first step. Yeah, it's been over an hour, we're still on the first step. We're making progress, don't worry about it. Andagato. So we do have some andagatos. Andagato. So we need from A12, A13, what else? 12, 13. So this area, alright. What else? This area. Okay, so I'm gonna get this. Yeah, this area. I'm gonna get this area for the legs. Anything else on the legs for runner A? Doesn't look like it's okay. So this area for the legs, large gate there, so we do a double nip. Small gates, just do a single thing here because actually we should always do a double nip. This one's not lined up. Give me a second here. Yeah, that got better. I do things to my nippers that give people heart attacks, so that's why I don't show it on screen. But it kind of works. Well, it's probably making things worse in the long run, but can't prove that it works or not. I'm just rambling right now, don't mind me. And
From Twitch, Lord Bubthebelder said the cutting at the tip is only questionable thing I see.
yeah, this part, well, I can't reach. I could like do a double nip, but this thing is sharp enough right now, still, that it does its job. I mean, I'm making up for it with skill, I like to think. So these are the parts I need for that. I'll just leave the... Oh, this is nice. Nice pattern on the beam sabers. This thing has beam sabers? I thought it just had a katana. Oh well. Okay, we need these from A. We got D. You're supposed to be the sticker on this? Sticker 14. Where's the stickers? Sticker 14, which is 14, 14, 14. This thing. I guess we'll do that. Let's see here. Oh, okay. I guess we'll put the sticker on there. Well, okay, maybe not. Okay, I'm not gonna put the sticker on there because this isn't like an Exia where you have to put you really need the sticker in there before you finish building, because otherwise it's gonna not look the way it's supposed to. But I think we can skip this little. It's a nice little sticker. It's like two-toned, metallic and matte. Yeah. Oh, no, let's skip that. Anyway, I don't claim to be a professional builder. I'm probably pretty. If anybody, oops, I just let that fly off. If anybody saw me building this, it'd probably be yelling at me. Okay, so E13, we also need E10. The things I thought were the shins, but actually the sides. And then C12. This is C12, C1, C11. What else? That's. I feel like there's. This one had more parts in the legs. Definitely. This is the Chars.
From Twitch, Lord Bubthebelder said there is no right way we all build in our own style and end up in same place a kit on the shelf we never touch again.
Let's put Char back into his pose. Exactly. I feel like his head is a bit. It's his normal head, but I've been. I mean, assuming I finish editing that video, that'll make sense. Char is thinking about things. I can't remember which leg I broke. I think it was this leg. I fixed it already. Dirtily, it was kind of a mess, but it's fixed. I broke it live the other day while I was trying to get this on top of a bike. Like a 1/12 scale bike. Adventures we have. But yeah. I mean, these aren't even going to end up on a shelf because I don't even have enough shelf space to... Oh, we get a nice cupboard. That's nice. I don't even have a shelf. What the hell is up with this guy? Yeah, I don't have enough shelf space. What are you holding? What is that? Is he holding a tablet? Oh wait, that's something. Oh, that's like a suitcase. There's a suitcase over his shoulder, kind of? What is this guy doing? He has some weird hair to him. Is that his hair? What the hell is that? Oh, that's some spiky hair.
From Twitch, Lord Bethebelder said he should be thinking about how he an academy-trained pilot with the best technology the Principality has, and still can't kill a 14-year-old child soldier forced into the job.
Yeah. He's questioning his life choices right now. Yeah. You're like, should I just give up and go, like, live on a farm with Lala or something? That's probably what he should have done. He just like run away, just like go take Lala somewhere and just go relax for a while. Wait, what am I doing? C1, C12, C11. C1, 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 C1. I'm gonna C2 as well.
From YouTube, Hattori Hanzo said I missed these little guy where I don't get in my real grades now.
Wait, you don't get those anymore? You'd think they'd still get those though. Let's focus a bit more. Okay, I can't really focus on this guy. I think that's how as much focus I'll get out of this. But yeah, this guy has a weird pose. Okay, let's get C1, 2, 10? No, 11, 12. 11, 12. 11 here. Was 12. Oh wait, undergatos, yeah. Those are undergatos. Suddenly we have undergates. What else do we need from C? Nothing else. Nothing from D. Okay. Yeah, there's very few parts on the legs, surprisingly. I feel like most, yeah, like if this was an earlier real grade, every panel is like a separate piece of plastic. Almost every panel is a separate piece of plastic. This one is a little more.
From YouTube, Zeta Gundam said hi.
Oh, Zeta Gundam, how you doing? Yeah, this one's like a little bit more simpler. Definitely, they've been starting to like make the real grade simpler at this point. Alright, so we need A12. Where's A12? 12, 13. Let's see. Oh yeah, undergate. Undergate here. Where else? Excuse me.
From YouTube, Zeta Gundam said, why is it the brain rot guy again? From YouTube, Taylor said, be careful with the red ABS runner on this kit. I accidentally broke a piece on the back when I built this kit.
The saltiest cracker? Oh, that's an interesting name. I mean, we do have options for the voice. Let me just change the voice a bit.
Ho ho ho!
Oh, that sounded a bit weird.
Ho ho ho! From YouTube, Zeta Gundam said strawberry element. Ho ho ho!
No, that's a bit fast. I'm not gonna go back to this one. Anyway, yeah, so let's continue building. E12 onto there. Yeah, I'll be careful with that. This red ABS part? Or do you mean the runner? Like the, these guys. Those red parts. Yeah, it is ABS and the material.
From YouTube, Zeta Gundam said ho 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 Merry Christmas.
Too late. Let's go back to this guy. I mean, he's not too bad. Ooh, that's a nice snap. Oh, I forgot a nub here. That's like trying to...
From YouTube, Taylor said the solid red runner. Those pieces are brittle as heck, haha.
Yeah, that's ABS, yeah. It's like very thin, like usually these are polystyrene, they're not ABS. It's mostly just like very small parts, but like, yeah, these are.
From YouTube, Zeta Gundam said okay.
Yeah, I like the so-called, I mean the voice is nice. The brain rot guy is going, it's fine. Okay, I need to get this out of the way. Get these nubs down there. Put this back in. There we go. Unnecessary, but whatever. And...
From YouTube, Zeta Gundam said, nerd on the internet, do you like brain rot?
Okay, you're calling it brain rot, but do you even know, like, that's where the voice isn't... How to explain this? It's like, this came out, like, people associate it with brain rot because of people using it, because it is a fairly good text-to-speech voice that ran on like very simple hardware.
From YouTube, Taylor said, I broke the piece with the 2C clips. For some reason it needs to be forced pretty hard when you attach it to the torso.
Which one? Oh, these? Yeah, I'll probably get there at some point. I don't know, like this is a simpler kit than I thought would be. There's like fewer runners than you normally see in a real grade. So I don't know if maybe I'll be able to like finish this. Probably not. Like I don't think I'm gonna finish this in like 3 hours. In 2 hours, or how much time I have left. I'm gonna try to like finish. Wait, how much? Okay, 1 hour 30 minutes. So we have another hour and a half of building. Yeah, I don't think I'll finish this, but I'll probably get half done. So I might not get to the torso today, but we'll see. Get the undergate out. That should do it. Oh yeah, ABS usually, it's like kind of, it looks fine at first, but then it cracks. I have lots of kits with like joints, like the shaft for like moving parts that kind of just crack after a while. Let's put that on there. It doesn't look too bad.
From YouTube, Zeta Gundam said, okay, bye, there a strawberry elephant spawned. Yes, I'm playing you what?
I don't know what that means. Are you drinking? Don't drink, I mean you're underage. Like it used to be a thing, saying that drunk people saw pink elephants. as a form of hallucination, like people who like got drunk to the point of irreversible brain damage. It could be a thing from like the Prohibition era, like in the 1950s in the US, where people, where drinking was forbidden and people made alcohol in bathtubs, and that was like essentially poisonous and literally killed people who drank it, but they drank it anyway. And they would have terrible hallucination and not live past 40. Do I need this? I need this.
From YouTube, Zeta Gundam said it'd steal a brain rot O and tongue Saher spawn.
I need D16. It says Pachin. D16 is supposed to Pachin in here. Is that a... Yeah, there's a tiny little piece of detail right next to a gate there. And a nub, so you gotta be careful. I mean, it's barely noticeable, but it's there. So you gotta be careful when you're removing that. This is why it takes so long to build these. I mean, I could just like... Yeah, I could probably go way faster and just like do a speed build. Oh, that's what is patching. Okay. Let's see if it patchins. Patchin? Nope, that didn't patchin at all. What the hell? Like, oh, but it does clip on there. Okay. It has clipped on there, but I mean, there are... Looks like it would... Don't actually have no idea. So, scrape rather than file. Oops, try not to slice off the piece of detail. I mean, nobody will notice. Even if you do, you won't even notice. You won't even remember it happened. Scrape that off. That's about right. This is kind of a pseudo piston here, which will probably... That didn't patch in at all. It says patch in, but that didn't patch in at all. And I just mixed up all my parts. Did I lose track of some? Yep. Okay, hopefully I haven't lost. Let me just put this over here so I don't lift the instructions again just to send everything flying. I mean, that's that. I'm not going to put the sticker on there just yet. It says to put sticker 14 on this thing, which I can probably do that later. Once I fully assembled it and see if I like it or not. And now we take... Nope. We take C12. Where the hell is this thing? There it is. C12, get rid of those small nubs there. C12 goes into here. Clips on there. It tries to... There we go. Clip. There we go, it kind of wobbles here. In a kind of unnecessary fashion. Then we take E1011 with some undergates here. Try to get the file this off first. I didn't do jack shit. Let's see if this even fits. Yeah. Undergates are a bit unnecessary, I feel. I mean, it looks detailed, but I feel like... surprisingly few parts. Undergates always never, well, they never really work the way I like them to. Is that even the right part? I feel that is not. Is it? Might be. Push that in there. There we go. It clips in a little bit around this part, so you might have to push it in. And this thing, I don't even care which one is left and right anymore. I'm just building both legs at the same time. I don't think it is that. We're still in 01-3 here. Okay. You just put the gates somewhere else. You don't need undergates if you're gonna put the gates in like a weird position. Alright, so over here, over there. This one doesn't clip in for some reason. Huh. Weird. And that goes into there. Oops. Yeah, this one doesn't clip on. What's the difference? Oh well. And then C1 and C11 again with the undergates. Remember to get the dust out of your file, especially this one where you have red and white, and red dust, well, red plastic dust is known to kind of stain. If you have like red dust stuck in the teeth of your file, or whatever sanding thing you have, it will rub onto other parts and kind of stain it. So remember to clean out that thing every now and then. Okay, the problem with like most precision, well, so-called precision, well, high-end nippers are designed to leave like a little bit of a nub, so you can file it down. The whole point of like undergate is like you can like do a very flush cut to remove the thing, but that you always end up with like a little bit of nub here, which makes it a lot more work, not necessarily more accurate either. You run the risk of over sanding. Or turning like a straight edge into like a curved gap. I hope that's an undergate. That is an undergate. Clean that up. Okay, C11. So okay, first, so 1. So it goes into here, clips onto there, like so. And then goes into there. I need to move it back a little bit. Go into there, clips into there. There we go. Let's see if this one works. Oops. Well, that made a noise. I don't think I like that noise. Yeah, this one's... Oh, there we go. That was a bit... I don't like how crunchy this thing is. Okay, so this line goes that way. Yeah, it's supposed to go that way where the thing points this direction, so the slant is that way, so I didn't... That is on the right legs, on the correct legs, I mean. Because I feel you could like swap them around and not notice. This C1 goes on the right leg, C2 goes on the left leg. Okay, and then the kneecap here. There we go. Actually, it's not yet time to flex. Let's finish this up first. Well, I've already flexed it a few times, so not a good idea. Okay, that was 01-3. Am I just gonna end up now move on to 0-5? Am I gonna just end up like doing just the legs on this thing here? Now we need E3 for 01-4, E3, A10. Where's A11? A11, E10, 11. That's a big old gate here. if I'm overdoing it or underdoing it here. Again, get rid of the red dust. You don't want it stuck to other stuff. I have no idea where the nubs are on this thing. Looks clean enough. Okay, so we take E3, we connect these guys onto here. Okay, like so. That's like a wishbone thing here, so I guess try not to snap it. I'm gonna pre-roll these a little bit because I don't like how tight this is gonna be. Okay, so try to get that on there, whichever way it goes, press. I'll try to, without breaking it, use a stick, whatever tool. A stick is one of the oldest tools used by apes, monkeys, chimpanzees, and whatever ancestors we had. If you remember that movie, 2001, The Odyssey, I think it's like the monkeys pick up a stick, or is it the bone? I forget. Well, basically a stick-like thing. And that's when everything started to go really, really wrong. Should have just left the stick alone. And there's a gap. We can close this gap with a bit of glue later on. Let's do the same on this side. Just press that in. Let's make sure we got everything in there. All the way in. There we go. And then clip that onto this. That's kind of, you're gonna have to open this up and kind of get that all the way in to this. Am I putting this upside down? Nope. All the way into that. No, that's wrong. That's a very... It's on there, but I feel it comes out easily. Did I put on the wrong? Nope, that's... No, wait, yeah, that's wrong. It might be the reason why. to clip that on there. Try to. Yeah, this is like very lightly on there. It seems like it could get knocked off very easily. And the ankle is kind of exposed. Is that really all? I feel like this thing should be a bit, yeah, more, yeah, this comes off kind of easy. This is gonna get knocked off quite easily. Like you move a bit and it just pops off. That's almost one leg. Am I supposed to? This isn't deep enough. This isn't like clippy enough. Okay, there's a thing here. I'm probably ruining this. Yeah, this isn't deep enough. Some kind of digging this out a little bit, see if that helps at all. Might have to do the same on the other one. Like it pops off way too easily. Normally you would expect this to kind of just to clip on somewhat solidly, but it just... Okay, let's see. May have ruined this, but whatever. Oh yeah, no, still the same. Oh wait, no. We have to do the same on this one. So it comes off quite easily. There's a ridge here, kinda, that seems to be getting in the way. So carve it out a little bit. Maybe that helped, maybe that didn't help, I have no idea. There's more stuff around the thing here. Is it supposed to clip on there? It doesn't, though. It's kind of... Let's see if that helps. Basically, this just making the peg a little deeper. There we go. That actually helped. Yeah, it holds on a little better. But did I put that on the wrong side? Yes, I did. Wait, they are identical, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, they're identical. I think. Well, at least it looks identical. There's just gonna be a bit of a floating ankle piece here. I don't know. Oh, maybe I should. That should be moved further. Oh, there we go. That's why. Maybe. I feel like there's something missing in the back, but there's nothing else that actually goes in the back, so. So forward like so. And flat like that. So straight. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's finish this. So G1 4 G4 essentially. So not that. Did I not get it? 3, 5, 6. No, this is A. Where's G? Oh, G1. G1 4. And G1 5. And then A14, A16. Oops. Okay. Might be the wrong part. So, this guy onto this end. One, two. What? 4 goes into G. No, A16. Okay. G4 goes into A16 first, like so. And that goes. Oh, it's kind of a holster type thing here. Okay. I see. The same thing on the other side. Now actually also put A14 on here, which is the other part of the kneecap, like that. And there we have a leg. Does it stand? It does. Do the same with this thing here, but the opposite. This is, I'm assuming, G15. Oops. Let's fall off. And that goes on there. And connects to here. This has a nub left over, which I hadn't noticed. and we need 2. Press that in like so. Do something in the back to support it so it doesn't bend things unnecessarily. Finally, where'd he go? Oh, there it is. Whatever this last part is. There we go. And now we're supposed to flex it like so. That's very hollow. Like, that's lots of holes in here. But also, that's a lot of moving parts. Like all of this are kind of just stretched. Well, I already flexed it a few times already, hopefully. Ah, there we go. I was worried about, I don't know if it's this part, this one, no. No, it is. This one had like a bit of a defect here, but I feel. So that pops out, flex all the way. You're supposed to do it only once. I ended up doing like multiple times already. And pop that back. And there we go. Left and right leg, which also, okay, you're popping out. You shouldn't be doing that anymore. I suppose I was supposed to have fixed. And it's holding on a bit better, but still. Surprisingly for feet this small, this is like well balanced. Okay, legs done. Oh, wait, that was, yeah, 01-4. So, we basically did 02-123. Yeah, 12. There's no 4. How come you get only 1, 2, 3? Okay, we did this already, so we can skip all the way to the waist unit. -1. That is what we're building. Waist unit 03-1. Which is very, very small. Very, very few parts. Okay, not this one, but this one. So B10. Like this, like that, and like so. It has that thing, which is basically like another spine. It's simplified, it seems. Like this used to be more complicated on mechanism on the hip. And they've been simplifying this quite a bit. This is like an additional spine. I only figured that out recently, that this weird mechanism they have with the legs kind of like swing back and forth. That's like
From YouTube, John Ventura said, "Mac, call it a night. Have a good one."
Alright, John, have a good night. Alright, so we got that. We turn that this way. And turn these. Actually, I'm gonna need this to be able to grab onto there. That one? Okay, yes. Why not? Oh, whatever. Alright. And then we need a C. This is D, E. I might as well get the rest of. Let's see here. Incidentally, if someone is watching this on Twitch, I have no control. Well, apparently they show ads. They just interrupt the stream with ads all the time. I have no control over that. So you're better off like watching this on YouTube if you can. To be honest. Which I don't think it interrupts with ads, even though like ad block still works. Like you can just block the ads if there are any. Let me just get rid of this with my old Zuron nipper. So I'm just like saving this guy on his runner so we don't lose track of, because this is just begging to be lost. All right. Toss that over. I hope I haven't removed anything that has already fallen off. It doesn't look like it.
From YouTube, Hattori Hanzo said so the inner frame was part of the display law.
What do you mean? No, well, hold on. When was this sent? Oh, sometimes it takes a minute to read the chats. I mean, yeah, there's like bits of the inner frame just kind of showing through quite a bit. Okay, so that's all the parts of C. I hope, let's make a little pile over here. Hopefully we got all the parts. Alright. And, okay, 03-1, so that's -1, 03-2, that's... So just removing this is a step. Now C5, with undergates everywhere. So many undergates. Did I just nip my finger? I think I nipped a piece of skin off my finger. That's how dangerous undergates are. And I forgot to get the red stuff off. You can see like the red stain. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bit of red staining. If you don't keep it clean. I mean, it's not too bad when it's hidden, but yeah, So now A7. A7. 7, 9. What else? 8, 7, 8, 9. 7, 8. Where are you? 7, 8. Where's 9? 10. This is A, right? Where's 5, 6, 7, 8? Okay, there we go. Oh, wait, the wrong part. Okay, so 7, 8, 9, and from E, I'm just looking ahead, seeing what I need from this. C, okay, we got all the parts. Alright, 03-2 C5 with the undergates. You push that onto this. That doesn't seem. Nope, that's not the right part. This one? Yeah, this one. I'm asking as if somebody knows. Nobody knows. Alright, C5 onto there. And A7 more on the gates. That's a big undergate. Alright, is that another gate? That is another gate. That looks so big, I thought it was part of the detail. And we need E at 12. Which appears to be this thing. Same thing on the opposite side. That's weird and pointy shape here. Alright, so E12 onto what appears to be E7. How do you even connect? Like that. Okay. weird pointy things in all directions. Let's do the same on the other side, actually, now. Let's get this one on there first. Oh, we're supposed to do that on the... okay. Hold on. Separate that again. So get that onto there. Oh, okay. Just push that in. So it's all the way in securely. And well, getting there. Did I get the... oh, I picked up the wrong one. And E12. Like so. Eventually you'll want a dot of plastic cement on this part here to kind of like glue the whole thing together so it doesn't come off. There's like pointy bits. You wouldn't see this on like a high grade. Right. So that's 03-2. Moving on to 03-3. We do the same thing on the other side. We get A8 with its undergate already removed. And you pop that on there. You push that through here and connect this thing on top. Assuming it's not all the way in with the... oh, because of the undergate creates a bit of a gap here. Sure, there's nothing. Blow out all the dust if need be. Try that again. It still looks weird, but whatever. Yeah, it's kind of this part isn't going in all the way. Oh well. Right, close enough. So those are the front skirts, very small front skirt. I need A9 and E6. Get those nubs. Let's go a quick look around here, make sure I get all the nubs. Kind of small, so you tend to miss them. Undergates on this thing. Tiny undergate. I mean, it does. I mean, it does show you like little arrows on the instructions where the undergates are, so you don't miss them. Or at least that's the theory. And then we take A9, well, E6 on the bottom here, and then A9 on the top. Press around the peg areas. The pegs are disguised as screws, flathead screws at that. And you just, there we go. And you just pop that down. So then we need E8, C6. How are we doing for time? 2 hours 20 minutes. Well, we just wasted a bit of time in the beginning, but yeah, probably I will stop at like a little after the 3 hours, and we're gonna do part 2 tomorrow. You just pop this in there. Oops. What the? Why? This would lock this in place. Why do that? Does it go this way? Nope. I don't think so. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't. It locks it in place. What the? Did I do this right? Weird. Yeah, you do have this mechanism here, which that's very simplified compared to like the previous rail grades, and I have no idea how to make it move. It's supposed to like slide, and it doesn't slide. Okay, there we go. Ah, I see. Now it unlocks. Otherwise it's locked in place. But if I do this, what happens? Nothing good. So it's supposed to stay in there. Anything else kind of moves. I feel like this. Should. Well, it's kind of simple compared, like other, like this is basically like this is another spine articulation point. But anyway, that's the waist unit. There you go. Okay, so arm units. I guess I could try that. But then we'll only have torso, head, and weapons. Well, actually, yeah, it is kind of at the halfway point here. So, okay, I guess I'll finish that. I'll do the arms, and then I'm gonna stop here, or there, whatever it is we reached. So arm units. That's 04-1. Okay. Take B9. B8. Left arm, right arm. So we're doing the right arm first. Yeah, like the ABS, there's like details on the ABS parts of the inner frame, so it does show through, so it is part of the display. Okay, so you're supposed to take those out. Well, actually, how am I gonna know which one is which? I'm gonna leave this on for now. Alright, so you get this, rotate 90 degrees. Actually, it's easier to do this and that. Same thing onto this side. Like so. There we go. That's 04-2. Now we need E9 D24 25 and whatever else is on the other side. Am I missing? Nope. There we go. And D21 times 2 A4. Let's get everything. Well, I'm not gonna do all the hands just today. I'll probably do that tomorrow. And try to quickly do the arm units there. Also separate these because I might not want to do that just today. Let's put those over there. Not sure if I'll need those just yet. All the hand, back of the hands over there. That's most of it. Just a few pieces here just for the chest and the face. That's all the parts we need, I think. Yeah. And E4, E5. Okay. Let's just build that real quick. Alright. Clean. And also E9. Clip that on there. And then D24, 25. Which way do you go? Nope. The longer bit down there, okay, so. Just like that. Same thing on the other arm. D21. We're still on 04-2. They're kind of condensing the steps at this point. I mean, there's really no point to like number. Well, the only reason you would number steps is like if you need help and like I don't know what to do, how to do a step number this. There's nubs on the inner frame itself. So let's get rid of those. Press that in. Oops, something moved. And then A4. Or not. No, other way. I think? Nope. Or is it the other one? Might be the other one. No, it just clips on. Okay. Yeah, this is nice. It is a bit loose though. Bachin. Well, it doesn't say bachin, but it does bachin. And then E4 with some undergato. Oh, how many undergatos? Just the one. Yeah, this is like a fairly, for like a real grade, this is like fairly simple, I feel. And that, or I'm just used to building those now. Which is also possible. I definitely feel like earlier like the RX 78 was definitely more complicated than that. I keep simplifying things. Alright, so then... Wait, that's a long arm. E5... Also need D20. Which... I only have one of? Where's the other one? D20? Where's the other D20? D20, tiny parts. Well, it has happened that I've lost parts during a live build. Sometimes. Never found them again. We don't learn our lessons here. That's for people who know what they're doing. Alright, so E5, E4. They're a simple fit. And D20 with, what's the difference? It looks symmetrical to me. I don't see a difference. You just pop that on there. The arm is kind of loose already. Maybe just a defect of the copy that I got. D20 again. Like so. Yeah, these tiny parts are just like barely holding on, will have to be glued in. Glued on, at least. Alright. That's it for the arms. Both arms. Well, we can add something on there. I don't know if there's a... There's probably some difference between these, or not. Again, they've gradually simplified the real grade process. It used to be way more complicated. Is that even? No, that doesn't seem right. I think there is one that is slightly different, which goes on this one. No, they all look the same. Which is not a racist thing to say, these things don't have race. Okay, they're all the same, so why does it not fit on this thing? Okay, so it should fit on there. Oh, it does fit. What was it doing just now? Okay. Let's just slap whichever one on these. So I guess it might be a question of that does. This one fits. Alright, so what I can do. Hey, we're not even at 3 hours. Oh, that took only 15 minutes to build. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just gonna do the other hands then. Actually, can I? I probably can. Yeah, just do that. That works. Before you nip them off, just connect some parts. There's a different vibe to it. It feels fancier for some reason. More high end. And where do you go? Oh, right. No, this one I don't think will fit. Maybe? I'd break something though. Okay, I feel like 2 of these. Oh, right. Yeah, it does go in here. They're not different, they're all the same. That still works. Which is interesting. Where's the last one? Yeah, so I'm gonna finish this one and then I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna look ahead a bit though, see what else we have. This is part of a later step, getting this part out, but we're just gonna do it right now. Okay. The white part is a bit rubbery. Yeah, I feel the quality has also dropped a little bit. So, need to be super careful with those fingers. Turn them slowly. It could have given us like extra one more articulation point, to be honest. On those fingers, they're probably like, I saw like third-party 1114 scale, 144 scale. I mean, fully articulated hands. They're probably trash, but I mean, it would be nice to have. It's not meant for holding things, just meant for posing. I mean, I do have a free. I can probably try and figure out if I can do. They can print those. The problem is it'll probably be adjusted for tolerances of my printer if I make one, and not so useful for other people. They'd have to figure out tolerances. What? Gently remove some nubs here, very slowly turn. There we go. I feel like they're gonna, yeah, this shouldn't have been a ball joint. I feel it should have been like a proper hinge, like fully enclosed. That's a main complaint people have about these fingers, how easily these ball joints pop out after a while. There we go. 2 hands. Actually, a bunch of hands. It has a nice vibe to it if you have it already on the runner like that. Let me just get these out then. Oh, what the heck, there's very few parts on runner F, so I'll get everything out. Careful not to nip those hinges here. It's like those small parts actually have a lot of detail in them. You can kind of see like I don't know if you can see it inside here. There's like lots of small details. Then we have a adapter for the framing miniature base, as well as the master grade kind of square base connector here. 2-in-1 connector. Very small. Oops. What yanked it? Very small connection there. Another small connection. Alright, that's all the ABS parts. Let's move those over there, the ones that we don't know what to do with just yet. And for the rest, just a quick cleanup. They're very hard material. This is specifically for drawing the katana, I think. Or holding it. We have two that could be used interchangeably for beam sabers and rifle. Don't know if, yeah, it does look like we would need to take them apart to put the weapons in it. Actually, I don't know yet. What does a handle even look like? Yeah, the handle does look like you would have to take this apart just to get the thing in there. Let's just gently connect that together. There we go. Bunch of hands. Kind of loosely assembled hands there, with the arms and the other hands, which have white fingers. Is that meant to have white fingers? Oh, it can't. Yeah, the fingers are supposed to be all red, but he has like white fingers, which look kind of creepier than the red fingers. Alright, so those are the arms and hands. Let's shove that over there. Alright, let's take a minute to see where we're at. We're almost at 3 hours, so we might, yeah, I'm gonna stop here. Just put that somewhere safe. So we did, yeah, that was the whole thing was 0 to that. Yeah, okay. So, oh, we're supposed to flex it. Okay, we'll flex it. And that's it. No, that's it. It doesn't flex anymore? No more than that, nothing happens on this end. Yeah, that's pretty much it. According to the diagram anyway, that's how far it goes. I didn't really need flexing, it was already fairly loose. Yeah. So, oh, this one. Okay, there we go. Oops. So this needs to be popped out a bit. There we go. So instead of having like a full joint here, we have like a little bit of extra movement on the wrist. There we go. Gently move it back into place. There we go. Hand, arms, thingies. So we got legs, arm, things. That's not enough to make a crab. Let me try anyway. Do something weird. Because everything has to be a crab. When do we not do anything weird? That's definitely messing up the joints there. Why am I doing this, you wonder? So am I. Basically, we're done here. I'm just doing something stupid. Yeah, that will do for a crab. There's some weird floral arrangement, but that will do for a crab. So yeah, we're gonna stop here. We have 3 hours of build, so we only have like the upper body, the head, and the weapons left. Plus a few, I think the shoulders. Oh, yeah, shoulders. That's not much. So exactly at halfway point, we reached the staples. So, yeah, we reached the staples. So that means we're at the halfway point of the booklet, which is very few pages when you think about it. Like compared to like other, this things that have a lot of weapons. Only a shield, rifle, and sword. Well, I guess we have the beam sabers, but that's it. It has a backpack unit for some reason. Again, this is from Seed, and if you recall, Seed has like the mobile suits in Seed are just 90% backpack. At least I believe they are. They're like most of it is just like thrusters on the back. Everything is a crab, and so is this thing here, which is an abomination unto itself. I'll leave you with this abomination. And yeah, I'm going back tomorrow to finish this. Hopefully, well, this part gonna fall apart, but basically, yeah. Is it a crab? Where's the eyes? I guess these could count as the eyes. And these are the mandibles. Alright, so everything's a crab. This thing, no exception. I'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching. This has been part 1 of the build of the real grade Gundam Astray Red Frame by Bandai kit from 2015. Somewhat of a small, not terribly complicated real grade so far. It feels like simpler than most of the other ones I've built. The simplest so far anyway. Like even, well, this is Zagok had like the armored leg articulation, so that was a bit more impressive. But yeah, I'm going back tomorrow around the same time, 8 p.m. Eastern. I don't know what that is in your time zones, but basically whatever time you joined. And yeah, we'll try to finish this remaining few pieces that we have to build. Alright, that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow, hopefully. Alright, thanks, and goodbye.
From YouTube, Nerd on the Internet said, thanks all for watching. I'll be back tomorrow to finish this up. From Twitch, Unknown and TD said a weapon to surpass Metal Gear. From Twitch, Nerd on the Internet said LOL. From Twitch, Nerd on the Internet said I'm stealing that.